yourself to the task.
Spawned.
Welcome back to Quake Champions, ladies and gentlemen. Since early access, we now have the Doomslayer as a champion. The iconic character already was dearly missed, but now we have him, and he brought along the double jump. Double jump means that the player character, after jumping, can jump once more while in mid-air. Hence, it's sometimes also called mid-air jump. This movement mechanic is quite useful in the arena. More on that in a minute. Allow for a bit of gaming history first. The ancestor of the double jump may be a movement mechanic in 1983's Smurf Rescue in Gargamel's Castle. It ran on ColecoVision and the Atari 2600. If you jumped with your Smurf and immediately after landing pressed jump again, the second jump would be higher. That still makes a bit of sense, as we see something similar all the time in the floor exercises of gymnasts. Double jumping proper, as we understand it today, was apparently first seen in the arcade game Dragon Buster of 1985, later ported to Famicom or NES, MSX and the Sharp X68000. Namco's action-adventure dungeon crawler is also one of the first games featuring a health meter. Almost a decade later, in 1994, only 4 months after the original Doom was published, the double jump made its debut in a first-person shooter. Geograph Seal was developed for the Sharp X68000 home computer, and it was the first completely polygon-rendered first-person shooter. A core gameplay ability of the somewhat frog-like Mecha Justere is double and even triple jumping. Developer Studio Exact took vast portions of Geograph Seal's engine and created an immensely influential platformer. Jumping Flash was published in 1995 and of course featured the double jump, again in first-person perspective. From then on, the gameplay mechanic really rolled, and the double jump meanwhile is present in an estimated 400 to 500 computer or video games. Mostly in platformer games and running games though, and mostly in third-person perspective. Exceptions are Unreal Tournament 2003 and of course Doom of 2016, from where our Hellwalker made his way into the arena eternal. In Doom we have double jumping and ledge climbing. The latter ability we are not granted in Quake Champions. I'd like to see it, but guess it might cause balancing problems between the champions, especially with Nyx. We shall see. Nyx's wall jump depends on, surprise, the presence of a wall. The Doomslayer's double jump in contrast provides us with an imaginary platform we can jump off of and which we can conjure up at will. We can use it as an extension of regular jumping, like an invisible step to gain height, or as an augmentation to regular strafe jumping, a kind of midway platform to negotiate a gaping abyss. For doing the jump from Mega to Teleport on Burial Chamber, I first accelerate with a regular circle jump. The second, aerial part of the circle jump, I conclude not on firm ground, but mid-air, doing the first double jump of the sequence. The next jump terminates more or less at the outermost edge of the rock platform. Now I've already reached the Doomslayer's strafing speed cap of 520 units per second. With maximum speed, I'm now soaring out over the lava hell. Somewhere past midway, it's time for the second double jump. Keeping the speed with the strafing key and the more or less correct mouse angle, I then manage to get to the teleport platform. That shows, methinks, what a powerful tool the double jump can be. But there's a problem. If, while strafe jumping along, you hit jump too early before landing, you may involuntarily initiate a double jump. And that would be a pity, in case you planned your next jump to be a double jump in order to, for example, cross a gap. On a flat surface, all of us more sooner than later manage to time our jumps about right. But a lot of the floors in the Quake Champions maps are uneven. You know, those bumps and edges that make Slash stumble and break her slide. Hence, I recently began to make a habit of something I've never done before in my life. Keeping jump pressed while strafe jumping. Call me a total noob or whatever you fancy, and I myself feel quite uneasy about that practice. But it lets you easily deal with the uneven floors. It appears to me that in Quake Champions, auto-hopping lets you always hit the precise moment for jumping again, no matter the shape and quality of the surface below. That goes for all champions and has a special advantage in respect to the Doomslayer. Keeping jump pressed won't initiate a double jump. So, the decision of when to double jump is completely yours again. Please let me know your thoughts on auto-hopping. I really am interested. Well, that's it for now. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you after respawn.